Hello, I'm Sergeant Ann Justice of the Phoenix Police Department Public Affairs Bureau. The information, audio, video, and pictures you are about to see are intended to provide details, as we currently understand them, of an officer-involved shooting that occurred in the early morning hours of December 3rd, 2020. The suspect in this case has been identified as 42-year-old Maurice Jackson. This video may contain strong language as well as graphic images which could be disturbing to some people. Viewer discretion is advised. This incident started with a 911 call at approximately 3:40 a.m. The caller reported hearing people fighting and a gunshot at an apartment complex near 19th Avenue and Dunlap. Here is a portion of that call.
It was two guys, one black guy. Well, they're both black guys, and he kept telling him, "He's gonna die, nigga, you're gonna die." And then I just heard a gunshot right now go off. And when I looked out, there was a black guy running, and the other black guy is in 146, which is supposed to be empty, and he keeps going back over there.
When officers arrived on scene, they found an adult man dead, lying on a sidewalk near the apartments. Officers focused on a vacant apartment where witnesses said a suspect may be inside. They established communication, remaining outside, but making announcements for anyone inside to come out.
This is the Phoenix Police Department! Who's ever inside apartment 146? Come out with your hands up! Give commands. I can't see him from here. Hands up! Hands up! All right, hey, you guys take the female, we'll take the male.
Eventually, 5 people exited the apartment. Officers continued making announcements for anyone inside the apartment to exit.
This is the Phoenix Police Department! Who's ever inside apartment 146, come out with your hands up!
While one team was in front of the apartment, another to the rear broke a window to get a better view inside, but did not see anyone. About an hour after first arriving on scene, the officers made the decision to enter the apartment, led by Police Canine Dennis.
If you guys want, I'll push up past you. Just let him work this front room, see if we get anything, and then we'll just take it slow. You guys good with that? I'm gonna cross you guys.
Phoenix Police, anybody inside, come out now, you're gonna get bit by a police dog.
Go to work.
The officers continued to identify themselves as Phoenix police officers as they prepared to enter the apartment, looking for anyone still inside. Dennis entered the home first, searching the living room and kitchen. Officers then entered the apartment, and the canine moves farther back towards the bedrooms. That's when Jackson began shooting, hitting Dennis.
So we'll push up to there. That way I can get him to these other rooms. Cool? Yeah. Who's lethal? Who wants to cover lethal? Good. Oh, good.
No officers fired any shots inside of the apartment. As Dennis and his handler rushed to the vet, the other officers exited the apartment with one team set up to the south and one to the west. Both teams of officers had a clear view of the front door. Less than a minute after shooting the canine, Jackson exited the apartment armed with a handgun, yelled something, and advanced towards the officers. Jackson and 5 officers fired their weapons. Jackson was struck by gunfire and fell to the ground. Here's a slowed-down version of the shooting from another officer's body-worn camera. There is body-worn camera from all 5 officers who discharged their weapons. We will first play one video from the apartment entry through the officer-involved shooting so you can see the entire incident uninterrupted.
Clear right. Clear right.
Pull up, 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 pull up. Come on, you. All the way out, all the way out, all the way out.
Back up, back up. You okay?
Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Hey, rifle, back 6. Rifle. Hey, back to the corner.
Back, 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 back.
That's 6-2, John. We need fire here. You got fire. Which side are you hit? Hey, get him out. Are you good, Silver?
I'm good. Yeah. Possibly. It might be a tear. It might be a tear.
Yeah, just
You're good. Just a tear. You good? I'm good, boss. It's just a tear. It's just a tear.
okay?
Tear on the door. It's fine. Hold.
Shots fired.
Here is the view of the shooting from the other 4 officers' body-worn cameras. Some of the camera views are blocked by equipment.
What's that?
It's just a tear.
You okay?
Tear on the door. Hold.
He's down.
Shots fired.
He's down.
After the shooting, officers utilized less lethal beanbag rounds and a second canine to safely extract Jackson away from his firearm and out of the direct line of sight of the apartment, which still had not been deemed safe. Officers transported Jackson out of the immediate area to the Phoenix Fire Department, where he was pronounced deceased. The handgun Jackson used was located next to where he fell, along with a knife and brass knuckles that he was wearing at the time of the shooting. A fully marked police vehicle, positioned directly behind the 2 officers who fired at Jackson, was struck by Jackson's gunfire. The bullet entered on the driver's side and exited through the passenger side. Canine Dennis was taken to an emergency veterinary clinic with gunshot wounds to his mouth, neck, and chest cavity. He is expected to make a full recovery. The investigation revealed Jackson was the suspect from the original shooting homicide the officers responded to that evening. There were 5 officers involved in this shooting. All are assigned as patrol officers in the Desert Horizon Precinct. 2 officers have 2 years of service, and 3 of the officers have 4 years of service with the department. This incident is the subject of both an internal and criminal investigation, which will be reviewed by the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Conclusions about whether the actions of the officers are consistent with department policy and the law will not be made until all facts are known and the investigation is complete.
This video was intended to inform and educate the public about a critical incident in our community. You can learn about the Phoenix Police Department's transparency policy on our website.